Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy DLloyd. So the Los Angeles Lakers, one of the, if not the most popular NBA franchise in the world. But have you ever stopped and wondered, how did they get their name? How did they get their history? Well, if you have, today I'm definitely going to answer that for you. We're going to go over how the Los Angeles Lakers got their name and a full history of the Los Angeles Lakers as an organization. It is not exactly the way you thought their history was. Now, a lot of people know Minneapolis Lakers, that's where they started, but you would be incorrect. So we're gonna go over the entire history of the Lakers. If you guys are interested in these types of videos, definitely make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Leave this video a like, it helps me out a lot. Now, the Los Angeles Lakers, as we know it now, they began as the Detroit Gems in 1946. They joined the National Basketball League, and that surprised me. I did not know they started in Detroit, but that is where they started. But it was only for one season as the Gems, as they quickly decided to move to Minneapolis, Minnesota in 1947 after that initial season. So when they were in Minneapolis, they had to come up with a different team name, and they wanted to pay homage to the state of Minnesota, who has a nickname, the Land of 10,000 Lakes. So based off of the spirit of the state of Minnesota, they decided to name their team name the Minneapolis Lakers. So it makes a ton of sense. In 1947, the Lakers, they play very good basketball, but in 1948, they decided to leave the National Basketball League and join the Basketball Association of America, the BAA, where in their first season in the BAA, they won the championship. Unfortunately, it would also be the last season of the BAA because in 1948 and 49, after they won the championship, it wasn't looking too good for the Basketball Association of America as well as the National Basketball League. So they decided in 1949 to merge. And that's exactly what they did. They merged, forming a new league called the National Basketball Association, the NBA, as we know it right now. And the Lakers, they were the first dynasty in that association. They won 4 of the league's first 5 NBA titles, and they were getting a record attendance almost every single season. And they had one of the first stars ever in the NBA by the name of George Mikan, right? He was what a lot of people compare to with Shaquille O'Neal back in those days. Now, granted, I haven't seen a lot of his highlights, right? But from what I've seen, he was a big body guy who liked to post up and score a lot of points. He was one of the first superstars in the league. However, he decided to retire in 1956. And when he retired, the Minneapolis Lakers attendance dropped dramatically, to the point where in 1960 they decided to get up and move from Minneapolis to Los Angeles. So they became the Los Angeles Lakers, the same team that we know and love right now. And in LA, they had immediate success in the 60s. They went to a total of six NBA finals. Unfortunately for the Lakers, however, they did lose all 6 to the Boston Celtics, and that is exactly where they got that rivalry with the Boston Celtics from. I will be rivals with a team that beat me 6 times in one decade. The 1970s were up and down for the Lakers as well. They had some good years at the beginning, but they had their worst year as a franchise in 1974 and 1975, where they missed the playoffs for the first time in franchise history. Fortunately for them, the 1980s was drastically different with additions of Magic Johnson, James Worthy, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The Lakers went on to go to 8 NBA Finals, winning 5 of them. They were dubbed Showtime because of how they played, how exciting they were, and all the movie stars that would show up courtside to these Lakers games. And this is basically the Lakers that we all know and love now. The 1990s, another decade that was kind of up and down for LA, but towards the end, they were able to acquire Shaquille O'Neal as well as Kobe Bryant. They then went on in the early 2000s to win 3 of 4 NBA Finals appearances in 5 seasons. They then ended the decade winning back-to-back in 2009, 2010, and then this decade for the Los Angeles Lakers was almost like the 1970s in the early 1990s. Up and down, But for right now, the Los Angeles Lakers are currently trying to look up as they have additions of LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, Kyle Kuzma, a lot of names that have Lakers fans definitely excited. So that is basically the history of the Los Angeles Lakers, in a nutshell. Very quick, man. I had no idea that they were the Detroit Gems. That's definitely interesting to me. I'm like everybody else. I thought the Minneapolis Lakers was where they started, but that was not the case. But if you guys like more of these, let me know in the comment section below which team should we go over next. If you would like to see the actual real history of that team. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely leave this video a like. It helps me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already. It's your boy DLloyd. I'm see y'all next time. Peace.